Your mind is the gold mine. I have read a few books about money in my young life. As a matter of fact, the one that gave me a strong mental shift was Rich Dad Poor Dad. The fact that Robert Kiyosaki's dad could recognize Mike's dad as a rich man and yet his son did not know that his father was a rich man was quite fascinating to me. I saw as a 9-year-old Robert and his friend Mike stepped out into partnership for no other reason than the fact that no one was willing to employ these boys. In a way, we could interpret that the employment system somehow has its own disadvantage. I mean, there are a lot of people who have taken a paid job and settled for less than their worth who were actually destined to own a massive conglomerate. I was quite intrigued about how these young boys kept coming together to ask each other a very vital question that is still almost like having to fix a puzzle even for the adults. So what do we do to make money? Even when they do not have a clue on how the question was going to be answered, they kept asking their young mind the right question, and they kept meeting each other every day to ask the same question, while they talked about the cool guys in their neighborhood. In context, they were like two young men in their 20s starting up a business and meeting each other every day, and the cool guys in the neighborhood represented the similarly successful business around them, which serve as their major source of motivation. It is true that if you ask the right question long enough, you are bound to get the right answer. Since there was no one to give them a job, the purpose and essence of the human mind came alive in these 9-year-old boys, and suddenly they recognized out of their ignorance and naivety of the law that they could get busy and create their own money. It was an idea that came after what seemed like a consistent coming together of two young masterminds in pursuit of a seemingly unachievable height of success at their age. They decided to create their own money. Since they did not know that it was illegal, it was an unsuccessful attempt due to several factors and the government policy that does not allow any other person to create money except the government. Yet it was an attempt that brought their seriousness about becoming financially free throughout their lifetime to the attention of the person that could help them get to their desired destination successfully, the rich dad. Throughout the entire book, Robert kept talking about the fact that the rich dad kept commending them that when they decided to create their own money, they came close to understanding the way money operates and how the rich think about money. The true riches of life had always been deposited in the human mind. What we call money has no other value in itself other than the faith of men that has been invested in its creation. Wealth is a language of the mind and not a deposit of any environment. I'm going to repeat that. Wealth is a language of the mind and not the deposit of any environment. What separates the rich from the poor in any environment is usually the inner conversation going on within both parties. That is why it is not always the one that does the most physical input that get the highest pay. Financial leaders are often people that knows how to dig into the wealth of their mind and provide a unique solution in the sense of product or service that is already in the highest demand before its arrival. Just look around us today. The quality thinkers are the same people you find as financial leaders. All around the world, you'll find all kinds of search engines and social media platforms generating billions of dollars every day, and yet it seems like no physical labor is being exerted to get things going. The wealth and the gold you seek has been deposited within. It is going in first to correct wrong information and conversation going on that has been deposited within and stopping you from concentrating on what needs to be done. Before you can truly come into alignment with what you really need to know and ought to be doing, we can clearly say that wealth creation is no longer a mystery. If you can only be quiet and listen to your inner conversation, you will find out that the information you need in order to get ahead was there right before your face all along.